Here in this lecture, we are going to discuss about endangered and endemic species of India, threats and conservation of biodiversity. At the end of this lecture, you can gain knowledge on various threats and approaches for the conservation of biodiversity. So we know India is a biodiversity nation. We are very rich in all the resources. These are some of the threats to our biodiversity. They are habitat loss, poaching of wildlife, and man-wildlife conflicts. Deforestation is one of the major cause for the habitat loss. Destruction of wetlands and habitat fragmentation are also causes habitat loss. Many of the industries depends forest for the raw materials and pharmaceutical companies collects wild plants for the production of drugs. Developmental activities such as construction of dams also affects various flora and fauna. Another threat is poaching of wildlife. Poaching means the killing of animals or commercial hunting. It leads to loss of animal diversity. There are two types of poaching. One is subsistence poaching, killing of animals to provide enough food for their survival. And the next one is commercial poaching. Here, the killing of animals to sell their products. The next threat is man wildlife conflicts. It arises when wildlife start causing immense damage to man and vice versa. For example, in Orissa, 199 humans were killed in last 5 years by elephants. In retaliation, the villages have killed 98 elephants. Next, endangered and endemic species. According to International Union of Conservation of Nature and Natural Resources (IUCN), the species are classified into various types: extinct species, endangered species, vulnerable species, and rare species. A species is said to be endangered when its number has been reduced to a critical level. Unless it is protected and conserved, it is in immediate danger of extinction. Blue whale, African elephant, giant panda, Siberian tiger are coming under endangered species. In India, around 250 plant species, 70 bird species, 86 mammals, 25 reptiles are in the endangered zone. Pollution, overexploitation of natural resources, climatic change affects the endangered species. In order to safeguard the endangered species, all the endangered species of plants and animals are listed in the Red Data Book. It gives the warning signal for those species which are endangered, and if not protected, they become extinct in the near future. The species which are found only in a particular region are known as endemic species. In India, out of 47,000 species, 7,000 plants are endemic. Nearly 62% of our endemic species are found in the Himalayas and Western Ghats. Habitat loss and fragmentation because of draining and filling of inland wetlands and pollutions affects the lifestyle of endemic species. In order to protect the natural resources for our future generation, we need to conserve our biodiversity. There are two approaches of biodiversity conservation. One is in situ conservation and the other one is ex situ conservation. In situ conservation is achieved by protection of wild flora and fauna in the nature itself. Here are the important in situ conservation methods. Biosphere reserves covers large area more than 5,000 square kilometers. It is used to protect species for a longer time. It protects endangered species. It serves as a site of recreation and tourism. It is useful for educational and research purposes. Some of the important biosphere reserves in India are Sundarbans, located in West Bengal, Gulf of Mannar, located in Tamil Nadu. National Park is a small reserve covering an area of about 100 to 500 square kilometers. It used to protect, propagate, and develop wildlife. It serves as a site of tourism. Some of the important national parks in India are Kaziranga National Park in Assam, Periyar National Park in Kerala, Gir National Park in Gujarat. Wildlife sanctuary is an area which is reserved for the conservation of animals only. It allows operations such as harvesting timber, collection of forest products, provided it does not affect the animals. Some of the important wildlife sanctuaries in India are Mudumalai Wildlife Sanctuary in Tamil Nadu, Hazaribagh Sanctuary in Bihar. Gene sanctuary is an area where plants were conserved. In India, there are two gene sanctuary for citrus plant and pitcher plant. The next approach is ex situ conservation. It involves the protection of flora and fauna outside the natural habitats. This is done by the establishment of gene banks, seed banks, zoo, botanical garden, culture collections, etc. These are some of the methods for the ex situ conservations. National Bureau of Plant Genetic Resources adapted cryopreservation technique for seeds of crops by using liquid nitrogen temperature. National Bureau of Animal Genetic Resources preserves the semen of bovine animals. National Facility of Plant Tissue Culture Repository develops the facility for conservation of variety of crops and trees by tissue culture method. Thank you.